Very good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to all on the DATV Worldwide Net today. So we have a nice list of people. As usual, we want to thank the Qatar Satellite Company for allowing us the opportunity to have our satellite on their satellite, piggybacking off their power supply. We also wish to thank the BATC, AMSAT UK, and of course AMSAT DL for all their fabulous work that they do to keep the satellite going, and also to encourage more people to come on. With that, let's just have a look, see who's on the net today, and it should be quite interesting. Let's see if I can get that list up, and I can. ZS1 Mike to follow, and then Martin G8KOE in the United Kingdom. And still in the United Kingdom, G4IMO, Nick. Hello, Nick. And then to Phil, Mike 0, Papa India Tango. And then to Wales, Peter GW7BZY. And then Frank, I think Frank said he might not be coming back. So there's a question mark behind that. And then down to Brazil, Ed, Papa Yankee 2, Radio November. Then all the way up to the Holland, to the Netherlands, Benno, Papa Alpha 3, Fox Bravo X-Ray. So those are the guys we have on the list at the moment. Just get the camera back on. Right, Leon, would you like to take it? ZS1 Mexico to take it from ZS6 Yankee India.
Bit more power. Let's just have a look. Bit more power. Let's just have a look. Bit more power. Yeah, I think that'll do. Okay. Yes. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good morning. Hello, Gary, and everybody on the net. Yeah, I rushed now. I had everything warmed up, but I was still on one mega symbol where I demonstrated yesterday to a visitor, and I quickly had to shift everything back, but I know my efficiency is less here than up there, so I had to up the power a little bit. Okay, yes, not much news here. I'm busy with the cricket receiver transceiver, shifting over to a much smaller microprocessor to drive the DDS synthesizer, and yeah, it's quite a trick to program them because they don't have a UART on board, so you work via one of the others too. But yeah, I tested it and it works. So yeah, the next step is to wire it up and so on, and also simplify the program because I don't need IF shift now between transmit and receive like with the normal superhead system. So yes, but I've run out of time now for this weekend. I had other things to do, fix other people's ham radios and all sorts of other things. So yeah, and I had to get one of my professional video receivers ready for the work which I want to take with to today and fit there tomorrow for the next Phoenix test, to have a better reception of the video on the rocket. Oh, by the way, I did get clearance on the motor tests that they did earlier in the year. I just haven't had a chance to put something together. It's very short, but yeah, it's still interesting. Because this is their first liquid fuel rocket engine. It develops 14 kilonewtons, and they are going to have 9 of them in the bottom of the rocket, which gives you about 12 tons of thrust. So it's a serious business. Anyway, they fired this thing up, and yeah, I'll show it sometime when I have a bit more time. This business of being back at work, it's really interfering with my retirement. You know, I'm used to being here during the week, and all the shops are open. You can go to the hardware shop, get fine nuts and bolts and things. Can't do it now. They're all closed on weekends. So yes, okay. So yes, no more news from this side. Martin, I give it to you. G8KOE for the group from ZS1 Mike.
You caught me out there. I wasn't ready. My fault. I was busy looking and deciding. Yeah, finding your cricket that you're redoing the. That's quite good. I seem to remember other things in the past that had to program it through another chip. I can't think what that was involved with. It's probably with I'll say pirate cards and such like, going back in time. But anyway, I've only been playing with so it's time for you to go to sleep early on with All Star still, and it seems to be taking off quite well. Number of stations on have been increasing. At the moment, we've got that number connected, he says. I think we're putting that out. Yes, that's who's connected at the moment, which is monitoring on the... Yeah, that's Nigel just called through. Also had G1OAR, Peter, who came up yesterday, worked in for the first time. He just built a node running the 888. That sounded really good. That was working exceptionally well. Benno was, it seems to be working well on his mobile home, etc. I had a chat with him. Martin FKK, G4FKK. There's Mike G4VSS. KD6 ILO. G8HKN. G6GZH. 2E0EHH, who just called in then. G8IKP and EI8DJ and OD5TB are the stations I've logged so far at odd times. But it seems to have produced a lot of interest. And on the BATC net, I went to one scene that I hadn't got the microphone turned on, and someone called through. I can't remember who it was probably Nigel, and reminded me of that. So it was instantly that feedback, which is working well. So that's what I'm pleased with. The node that I'm running things on at the moment, I moved. So I used to have it with my I don't want that one, I want that one, the centre screen. I've moved it over to its own little Raspberry Pi all by itself. So that's all it is. That's where the 47572 is running on. So Pi 3, it just sits underneath the router behind me. My radioless node, I can't remember if I showed it last time, but it's in a box like so, which gives me a chance to monitor other things as well. That is the node that I'm using at the moment, which is the Shari copy with a small aerial on it. I found the small aerial worked well. And power supply wise, I've found that, there's the end view of it. And there's a filter, which bandpass filter, which Mike says is essential to have a bandpass filter on the front end. I haven't fitted it yet, but it's just one of the cheap ones off of eBay. It was easier than me with my poor eyes trying to make something up. So that's what we're aiming to use. And I think power supply wise, I found for me the cleanest results I get is using the main linear power supply fed through this buck converter, which is in a nice little tin box, and then feeding the 5.1 volts to the Raspberry Pi 4, which I'm using at the moment, and that gives me the less hassle with odd buzzes and things, which can be a problem. I won't say I've cured them all, but that seems to work for me better than anything else. And the other things I've done is just set it so my main node automatically connects to 47572 when I power it up in the morning. But the server, such as 47572, is on 24/7, so all are welcome to use it, but just bear in mind it's aimed at being for DATV, talkback, etc. If you're on a long conversation or something else, then you can always QSY to and take your chat to somewhere else. That's the advantage with the peer-to-peer system of All-Star, is that you don't have to, you can have a private sort of conversation somewhere if need be, which is what I do, which is what I tend to use the Radioless node for, to chat to my friend in Bristol. I've set it up, it'll be a standalone, just All-Star, nothing else, no bridging to any other networks. I've found that in practice, bridging to other networks when you want a private little sort of thing, it ends up degrading the system. If you're running a large network, that's different, as in the VK network, which is superb and links loads and loads of repeaters, but this is just a private little sort of, I say private, it's not private as such, but it's just a little node to do the talkback type of thing. And so far, I'm very pleased with the way it's taken off. Doesn't sits there quiet a lot of the time, but it's then easy for someone to pop in and say something. Right, let's pass it over to. You know, I've lost my list now. I've turned over the page and I had it all written down. It's IMO, isn't it? Next, it says. Let's look at the. I thought it's IMO. Yeah, G4IMO Nick to take it. Brain was disappearing there, so I put up a test card and it's over to you from G8KOE.
Yeah, okay, Martin, thanks for that. Just check my audio. Yeah, something going on there. Right, where am I? There we are. I think so. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Nice to see you all on here. And apologies, I wasn't on last week. I watched the streaming. There was two streams on the BATC, well, on the BATC. No, was it on the BATC or was it on YouTube? Anyway, there was a stream for the AMSAT, and there was a RSGB stream as well, which I was trying to watch, but they were on at the same time, so which is a shame. But anyway, it's all interesting stuff to watch. Quite educational. Yeah, it's about 15 degrees here. It's pretty horrible, overcast, grey, windy, very windy, and we had some rain earlier on. But there's a bad storm off the northwest coast of the UK at the moment, which is I think they're forecasting 80-mile-an-hour winds up north, but hopefully we'll be okay down here. So anyway, what have I been up to? Well, last week I received some low-resolution television pictures from the ISS in the form of slow scan television. I'll show you this little video here. This is the setup I was using. I was using G-Predict to control the the frequency of the SDR receiver, AirSpy receiver, and with the use of the virtual audio cable, feeding the audio from the SDR receiver into MMS TV to resolve the image. But you can see the image coming through there on the left hand side there, and this is one of the pictures I received. It was celebrating 67 years since they first launched the first artificial Earth satellite on the 4th of October 1957, when I would have been 6 years old. And there was another image that I got as well, which is that one there. So anyway, all interesting stuff. Go back to me. The only other thing I've been doing, well, I've been working out in my workshop, working on my tracking system for the ISS, which is taking a lot longer than I anticipated, but we are making progress. But anyway, maybe if I'm on, excuse me, if I'm on next week, I'll talk about the trials and tribulations I've had with that. The only other thing I've been doing, conditions have been excellent on 29 megs, the Canadian repeater on 29640, and the one from New York on 29620 has been very strong here. But if you tune up higher, I was hearing some interesting communications from ambulances and the things, but they were up at about 33 megs, something like that. Interesting communications coming through there, and all I had was just a half-wave vertical, which is up about 40 feet, something like that. I still haven't fixed my lapel microphone, so using the audio from the C920. So apologies for that, but it's on the list. Anyway, that's enough from me. I think that's enough waffle. I'll put it round to the next one, which is Phil. Round to you, Phil. M0PIT G4IMO.
Good afternoon, guys. Hope you're all well. Yeah, the weather hasn't been too good here. We've just had a very heavy shower, which has passed. I'm hoping that's the end of the rain for today, but it is hopefully for the time being, but it certainly did come down. It's been wet for the past few, don't know, weeks, maybe a month. Yeah, I had a leak on the back door. Rain had been creeping in, and the plaster was getting wet. And last week I was removing some of the mastic at the above the door. The brickwork above it was repointed at the beginning of the week, and then later on in the week I went out and put some more mastic on that had been removed, and so far so good. It doesn't look like the moisture is getting in, but it's still early days. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been doing during the week. I haven't really been doing a great deal of electronics. I've been playing around with what will be my new receive PC, and it's running a later version of Linux, which I'm sort of playing around with just to understand it a bit more. But it's on a, if you want, a Virgin machine, and it means that I can go in and experiment, and if the thing I break it, and I just have to put the operating system back on. So I'm doing it, you know, in the condition that it's in at the moment. I wouldn't do some of the things I've been doing on a live machine, because it probably I would probably break it, and and it'd be a massive job trying to reinstall everything. But anyhow, I started doing the final build of it, so it's just finished doing the Windows emulation software. That's just gone on. Still got some configuring to do on it, but that's really what I've been doing. Yeah, and that's really it. I can't think of much else I have done during the week. Yeah, I think that's really about it. Leon, I'd be very interested, I think, like the rest of us, in your video. I'll be very, very interested indeed. Yeah, looking forward to that when you're able to show them. So that will be good. Anyhow, it's only going to be a short over from me. I don't think I'll come back for a second over, purely because I don't really have anything exciting to say. I'm sure the rest of you guys have things more interesting than trying to stop water ingressing through through the brickwork. So I think what I'm going to do then, I'm going to hand it over to Peter. I think he's next on the list. Yeah, Peter's next on the list. So I shall bring up a test card, press this button here, and take it over then, Peter. It's over to you.
It's Mr. Round. GW7BZY, do you want to have a go? And I know Frank said he might not be back. And then it'll be Ed. So, if Peter and Frank don't take it, please you, Ed, from ZA6YI.
That's not what I want to show. That's a picture of my mag loop antenna that I've been working on. Hang on a minute. Let's turn the sound down a bit so I can hear myself. Very good afternoon to everyone, and good morning as well to people in Brazil like Ed. Getting terrible rain here. Great pile of it knocked off a bit of a couple of signals. So I was listening on your YouTube feed, Gary, for a bit of it. Definitely need to improve the receive side of the setup here. Very interested in Martin's All-Star thing. I'm going to have to try and participate in it. All my neighbours here in Chelsea in the Seal Island radio group, it's quite a community of radio enthusiasts here, seem much taken with DMR, which slightly drives me mad, and I think there's not much point in having a talkback for TV if the audio is incomprehensible, as it often is on DMR. What have I been up to? Well, I've been trying to catch up with the locals here, who are all very keen coastal HF crowd, and I have absolutely no space for antennas here, so I'm finally got round to finishing off my my mag loop antenna I've been going to build for about as long as I can remember. So I've got a couple of pictures of that, not wildly interesting TV related though. So that's my dish at the end of a very small garden, and if it pans down a bit, yes, that's as far as I've got. One box with a blooming great capacitor in and some massive amount of soldering there. You can see how wet it is. The whole box is covered with water, and that's the TF3LJ controller there for that. Maybe I shall pick up SSTV on it. Who knows? Anyway, that's enough of that. I will hand it back over to Ed. Hopefully, Ed, the weather in Brazil is somewhat better with you than it is with me. So this is G8PQH in less than sunny Celsius with the worldwide net, and the next station to take it is Papa Yankee.
Okay, Frank, thank you. Golf 8 Papa Quebec Hotel from Papa Yankee 2 Radio November. Greetings, everybody. Nice to see you all. Sorry about the start delay here. I just forgot to start the encoding. It's very usual, right? So you guys understand that. Well, weather here has changed drastically since Friday, I believe. We are almost in the summer, and it seems the winter just started. Yeah, temperature outside is about 21 degrees. It's kind of cloudy, light rain. It really doesn't remember what we lived in the past few months here with sunny every day, temperatures above 30 degrees. and now that we are in spring, I think. Yeah, still not summer, but we're in spring, and we got lower temperatures and cloudy days. Actually, to be honest, I was missing that. From my side, no, just a few SDR adventures. I received some time ago this board from Apache Labs. This is an Anan board. They made a special lot, which were not so expensive. This is more like the Anan 10E. Board. I purchased the board, and I purchased the power amplifier with low pass filters, but I had to wait about 1 year them to send me the radio board, and they never sent me the power amplifier with the LPF, so I think I lost the money on that. That's Apache Labs, and actually I had to make some, since I don't have the power amplifier board with LPF, which does the TX and RX switching, I had to do that externally. And now I'm working with this connector here to work with the open collectors to switch an external LPF filter set that I have here. This board is capable of producing about 2 watts. itself without the power amplifier. The power amplifier they promised to send but never send would go to 10 watts, but since I don't have the power amplifier, and 2 watts is okay for me to drive the LD-MOS amplifier, so not big deal. But I do need an external control to switch the bands on the LPF filter. So that's what I'm working for. So like you see, I have great skills in making metal box work. It's terrible, but that's the best I can do. Sorry about that. And yeah, actually that's what I'm working. All right. Other than that, nothing more. So gonna pass to Benno, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray, Netherlands. Hope everything okay with you, Benno. So camera goes to you, PA3FBX from PY2 Radio November.
Yeah, hi guys. Yeah, fine signal. You missed to tell us exactly what it should be capable in at. It is an impressive board, and I think it is capable of doing nice things, but you missed to explain us exactly what it should be capable of. And I understand, yeah, you have to do a little bit work on getting that to work completely for you. Well, that's nothing news. That's the way it sounds. Oh, my amplifier is doing a little bit strange. Actually, I packed my antenna for the winter. I repacked my antenna for the winter, only to figure out that it got moisture inside of the protection, of the winter protection, and it caused me a lot of amplifier problems. So I just took a knife and cut a big hole in front of it to get rid of the moisture and to get my my potty free of any well, in the free air again. But I should still work on some winter protection there, which is a little bit more, which will work a little bit more. I lost about 10 dB gain on my transmission, and I lost about 3 dB gain of my reception. So that was a quick fix. Well, anyway, yeah, Martin got me convinced All-Star was something, and I think All-Star is something. So I have worked, well, first of all, I ordered something, and I don't want this to be an All-Star net, but for the information, what did I do over the last week? Yeah, it got me really working on a lot of internet and Raspberry stuff, which I in the end didn't like, but I had to figure out and find my own problems. Oops, sorry, I shouldn't show you this. So I did a quick look, and I found this nice metal box of the Shari Pi, which came from the US, with a Pi hat. There is a Raspberry Pi in there, but if you just buy the metal box and the PCB board, the hat with the antenna, you get this at home, and just put that together, well, that took me about half an hour, maybe an hour, to read through the manual and solder this lot on, which is not too bad. And then you have a nice instruction and construction and information, and it tells you exactly what to do. And then you have about 2-year-old All-Star capable device with 2-year-old software, which works perfectly, by the way. But yeah, I think you should always be on the latest part. So I, after my setup works, and it worked flawlessly straight off the box in an hour or so, or an hour and a half, I had a working All-Star node. So this is a good idea to spend about 80-90 euros and about 20-30 euros of transport, because you still have to pay a lot for transport and customs. But it's a good build, easy build, sturdy metal case. You can put a fan on there. I don't have it yet. I might do it in the future, because I don't like fans at all. But maybe it's a good idea. Well, the first connection, no problem, set it up, works flawlessly, and then the problem starts all over again. Because this is my router, and it tells me I've got internet, and it tells me a nice IP address which it got from my internet supplier, which obviously is not the one I have, because the outside IP address is, like you see, 62 something and not 100 something. So that means I am behind some carrier grade NIT, and I didn't apply for this, but this is the way it got to me. Somewhere along the line, over the last few months, my supplier, my internet provider, decided to put me behind some other net, saving some IP addresses. Well, I had to convince them, well, not that difficult. I needed to work on that and talk to my, and they said, well, simple, just apply for a dynamic. I did, free of charge, and after that, still nothing. After 2 days, still nothing. And I got 2 chats, nice to, so they told me now to switch off everything and wait for about 1 night, because I might block the conversion, because I have probably my stream on. My stream output will transport this nice net today also to the BATC, and because of that I'm blocking the conversion. Well, that's fun. I didn't know all of that, but that's the reason I don't get an outside port. I cannot do port forwarding, which we hams really like, so I have to work on that. What I did do in the meantime, I have connected this nice box already to my mobile, my mobile hotspot, and that works flawlessly. Also, I don't get any port forwarding, because that's the way mobile hotspots works. Your carrier will never give you port forwarding on that, according to what they told me so far. But at least it brought me yesterday. I was in my mobile home somewhere in the country, and I talked from my mobile home via the hotspot with any normal a Kwangseng. I spoke nice with Martin FKK and Nigel quickly on the chat, and that was fun. to do it so simple, and for that All-Star works flawlessly, and you get the normal FM quality which you expect from a normal analog handy, which is what I expected from All-Star, what I never got from DMR, but yeah, that's the reason I went for All-Star, and now I'm going to play on. One thing I also found out, and it's all in the wiki, but you have to figure out yourself. You will get those pitfalls. I have another All-Star set up during the waiting of my package from the US, and I did 3 different kind of USB audio dongles, audio cards, USB cards, and none of them worked, despite some of them already told me it has the right chipset, but you need that certain chipset of CMedia CM108 or 119, so be aware it doesn't work if you don't have the right dongle, if you don't have the right chipset. Well, that's nothing news. It's all in the wiki, it's all in there. If you only read, but yeah, like most of you, I don't like to read as well. I like to figure out myself and then fall into the pit and then figure out what I'm doing wrong, and it tells you exactly what you're doing wrong. Okay, well, that's about the story from my end this weekend. So I'm passing it on back to Gary, and I will be there for another round. Gary, passing it back to you. 73 is all for those who won't be on, and yeah, Ed, I really like to know what it's for. I should check the net, the chat. Yeah. Okay. Passing it back to Gary from PA3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray. And Gary, take it along from PA3 Fox Bravo X-Ray. Do I have a test card? I should have. Yes, I have.
Test. Test. Yeah, it seems to work. Good afternoon to all of you. This is just a short hi from the Netherlands. Because I'm expecting visitors and I'm cooking at the moment. Well, the combination of being available in the net and cooking is not the best combination. But I just wanted to say hi. And thanks, Gary, for leaving some room and giving me the opportunity to be on the net. Is there any news from the Netherlands, from this side at the moment? No. I did a lot of other stuff, which is not radio related. I'm not going to bore you with that. Just working on 2 spectrum analyzers. I already talked about it in the net. I ordered components in China, still waiting for it, but hopefully when I have received the components I will be able to restore both spectrum analyzers. The latest is perhaps still interesting for you. First of all, I was able to repair the RF unit, which is great. And then I noticed that still the spectrum wasn't shown, and this proved to be the analog to digital converter, just a single chip on the board. So I ordered that one too, and hopefully that spectrum analyzer is going to work also. Do I need those analyzers? No, I don't. It's just for the hobby. Okay. It was really good to hear you all in the background and sometimes to see you, especially Ed, a long time no see. But good to see you also back again. And Gary, thanks a lot, of course, for hosting the net. So I greet you. Won't be available during the next round in the net, but hopefully next week there's going to be a bit more time. Okay, greetings to all. This was Papa Echo number 1 Alpha Victor Papa.
Okay, Paul, very good, very good. I was wondering what's happened with the project on the spectrum analyzer, so I'm pleased to see everything's working, and it's always nice to have you on. Yeah, I've got a problem at one of my fans on the computer is not working, so my processor is running very hot. So I'll make this my final over and ask Martin to tie up the ribbons once it goes through. I just want to say hi, Leon. Yeah, we're looking forward to that nice video that you can show. And it'd be even nicer to see the whole thing going up with all those rockets below it. That's going to be interesting, copying Elon Musk there. And yeah, Martin, yeah, I've done nothing this week on amateur radio other than gave a little talk yesterday for AMSAT SA. But other than that, I've been so busy at the salt mine or the factories. The new BMW X3 has now started to be built, and we supplying quite a number of components. And oh yeah, they want buffer stocks, and they are small quality issues, really nitpicking, but that's the way it is. So we have to get it right. So it's been rather hectic this week. And Nick, nice to see you on, and yeah, we look forward to when you get your other mic on. You always have good audio. Today wasn't too bad, copied 100%. Full, good to see you on as well, and sorry to see or to hear about the leaks in the roof. Yeah, we had a little bit of rain today, but a bit of thunderstorm. We had Ed's weather about 2 weeks ago. It got icy cold here. It was warm, and icy cold, and suddenly, just for 2-3 days, and then it recovered. In fact, there was snow, so I took Leslie, I think I told you guys, took Leslie and his friend to go and play in the snow. Peter hasn't come back. Frank, good to see you. Your audio can be improved a bit, increased, Frank. You're a bit low down. And Ed, yeah, always good to see you there. And oh, I wanted to say, Nick, good on the slow scan, and also on the info on the 28-29 meg band. It's very interesting. Benno, I'm glad you're beating me with the All-Star. I've registered at last, but I must still get the things done. So there's some work to be done. And Paul, as long as you send us some of what you're cooking, all will be fine. So with that, I'm going to have to bail out. This thing's getting to 90 degrees. So before it pops, I better say 7-3. And I know Leon's gone because he needs to get on the road. So Martin, if you wouldn't mind taking it, and then you can wrap up the net when it gets to the end. G8KOE. Oh, sorry, apologies. I just want to say hi to the following people on YouTube. It's Joe, Stuart Clark, Peter Rudolph, Regina Burke, and there was Stuart Pereira in Botswana, and Stefanus Nell. He's in the US. He used to work with me. Hi, Fani. And then Alfredo in Italy. So those were the guys that are permanently on. We've got 38 viewers on, 12 concurrent. So there we go. Back to you, Martin. G8KOE from ZA6YI.
No. Why is Gary so rude? I'm still here. It's not 4 o'clock yet. Sorry, Martin. You were even quicker than me, or we were of the same quickness. Right. I won't make it for another round, but yeah, this one I can still take. There's still 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, Martin's stuff I cannot comment. What I can say is that the workplace is flying somebody in from Johannesburg to come and analyze our DMR stuff, the radio network at work, the new multi-million stuff, which is just a mess. Why they didn't stick to the analog stuff, which was working fine, I don't know. It must have been a very pushover salesman who conned them into buying that lot. 6 repeaters, 150 handheld radios, and something like 50 mobile radios, and it is a mess. It sounds like Donald Duck when it opens the squelch. Anyway, right, Nick. Yes, nice on the ISS video. Yeah, I still have MMSS TV. I must have a look at that. And I forgot to mention the other day when you had your Marine ADF thingy there. I also have one. It's a different model or different make to yours. It still works fine. I got it from somebody. And that thing is actually registered now at the Department of Civil Aviation because I use it for calibrating the compasses on the aircraft. And yes, we had to send in photographs of this thing, and I don't think they know what it is. But it's got a very good compass. And you can double check it on the runway, you know, looking this way and looking that way and so on. And so that's what I used for calibrating the compasses in the aircraft, the magnetic compasses, because you have to certify, you know, how much it's off and so on. So yeah, I use it for that. So I don't even need batteries. You only need the compass. But it's a nice, large, very visible compass. Okay, Phil. Okay, you have a new RX PC that you're going to use. Yeah, well, I found that the RX doesn't need a very fancy one, but yeah, it's always nice. Peter didn't come up. Frank, yes, I was going to tell you as well. Your audio is very nice, very clean, but very low. So you can up your mic gain quite a bit. And the loop antenna, yes, I've never actually built one of those compact loops like you're using there. I must still try that one day and see how noise immune they are and so on, and how efficient they are in transmitting. I have some of those vacuum capacitors somewhere. But anyway, I have enough space here for full-size dipoles, and so I don't need a compact thing really, unless it's got some other good points. Right, Ed, yeah, I like the cartoon. Nice. Yes, and I agree with Benno. It's some exciter that you showed us there that puts out 2 watts, but what band? What is it, you know? Yeah, anyway, it's a good thing you tell us about those people that you pay them and they don't send the goodies. I don't do business with people like that if I can help it. Benno, the moisture in the feed. Yes, you obviously try to seal it too well. This is something that I've learned at work as well. On our antennas, we have permanent dry air pressurizing the feeds. Very low, 14 kPAs. But for normal use, you don't need that. You seal the thing perfectly. And then at the lowest point, you drill 1 millimeter holes, 2 or 3 1 millimeter holes, so that it can breathe. Then it will never accumulate moisture. That's how I work my feed, and I've had it in stormy rays and everything, never a problem. Do not seal a thing perfectly. You seal the top and the sides perfectly, but at the lowest point you make a small breathing hole, small enough so that the insects can't get in there. Okay, and then Paul, if you're still listening, you can never have too many spectrum analyzers. I have 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Yes, I have 6 spectrum analyzers. They're always handy somewhere. So, yeah, keep on accumulating them and don't sell them. Right, that's it from me. Now it is 7 minutes to 4 o'clock here, and I must really start packing now. So, gentlemen, Have a nice day, and 73s from ZS1 Mike in Worcester.
Right, we'll take it this time. I've been joined by my friend, so I'm a one-handed operator now. Ruby's decided that she wants to come up and have a sleep. Anyway, yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, the clock's changed next weekend, obviously, and I go back, full back in the UK. So I'm not sure whether the net's aimed to change time, but at the moment it's 2 o'clock UK time. That would make it 1 o'clock, which my canteen operator says is a bit too early, so I wouldn't always be able to make the net if it stays at that time. So I know Benno is in favour of it staying exactly where it is, but I think I'd like it to shift. But we'll see how we go. That's all I would say, is that if it does remain at the time it is at the moment, I think if I got it right, if I haven't confused myself, it'd make it 1 o'clock in the UK, which hits too much with food time. Even having an early lunch, 2 o'clock was okay. Could work it in. And yeah, I see we've been joined by another station on Ulster. It's EI8 DV, I see called in. He's at the top of the list in Cork. Good afternoon to you. And you know, the audio quality is compared to DMR, there just isn't any comparison. DMR has its uses, but not for this. It's possibly if you want to get just some communication across somewhere, there's lots of things you can do with it, but for actually listening to, I don't think you can beat this, and the fact you can use your old radios. I've got 3 DMR radios sitting in the cupboard, and 2 DMR hotspots. One is a sort of a repeater type sort of hotspot, and the other one's just and I've also got an open spot, which was another. It's just no point, I don't think. All-Star gives you the total flexibility. You can do whatever you like, especially being this sort of peer-to-peer side of things. So if you want to connect up and put audio out on a repeater, etc., you can. Oh, that's.
You want to connect it to let Peter go out behind you.
I see. So Peter wants to follow me, does he? Okay, thanks, Benno. You're sounding good.
Well, he was there, but nobody paid attention to his question.
Oh, okay. I don't know what his question was, but so is that for that, Benno? Is Peter going to follow me? Is he? He's using VMix, okay. Right. Well, I saw my train of thought, not that very much, but yeah, if one could decide whether the net is moving, not moving, so as I can keep the canteen happy. Because food comes first, and give it to Peter, then me. Okay. Right. There's actually a message to say give it to Peter. So get ready, Peter. Make sure you're, I don't know how you're monitoring things. Perhaps you're monitoring it on the stream, so there'll be a big delay. I don't know. Was there anything else? I don't think there was anything else. Mad Loop I've not played with at all. No. And the cricket receiver, brilliant. And Spectrum Analyzer, yes. Good on you for fixing them, that's all I can say, but you won't hear me. I'd rather you were making some food than fixing the Spectrum Analyzer. On that note, let's pass it over to you there, Peter, and I'll, if no one else pops at the end, I'll pop up and sign things away. Over to you there, Peter. I'll put a test card so you've got plenty of time and there's no panic. And I'll catch you next week from G8KOE.
Have we got audio? Let's wait to see it. Have we got audio? Yeah, I've got audio. Turn that off. Okay, excellent stuff. Just had what was it? Whatever the 25 version of Windows, the latest update, whatever you want, downgrade, whatever you like to call it, and it's caused nothing but mayhem here. Nothing worked very well to start with, and then things started to come back on again, and then DATV Red just disappeared and it wouldn't fire up. So so when I got rebooted, it got DATV Red working. The receive wouldn't open properly, so I could start the program, but it was just a little box at the bottom that wouldn't open. So it's not been very good. I've had to go back to Minitune, the old Minitune box and the Minitune software, and that's, as always, working faultlessly. So that's a bit of a, it's been a bit of a, let's see if I can get some pictures up. Yeah, they were having the British Army were having a bit of a rally down in Llandudno yesterday, and they're showing some of their latest equipment. I'll just cut to. I don't think that's that's the latest woolen tank, and yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. I'm trying to find another picture. I'm not finding it. That's how far the British Army's come down. We've got our tanks made of wool now. Honest to God, in a shopping centre, a woolen tank and a woolen soldier. I've got a picture of the soldier, but I'm not going to bother with it now. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, who was saying it was 15 degrees? Nick MEO, balmy weather. God, you're so lucky there. It's 14, a warm 14 today, but not normally around about the 10 is a good temperature at this extreme time of year. Now we're well into the winter. Of course, it's been raining cats and dogs here. Been a gale force wind last night and everything moving about. The house creaking with the 1.2 metre dish on it, but. All seems to be okay. I haven't been to look outside, but it's still pointing in the right direction, obviously, because I'm getting through. Port forwarding. I've just changed my internet provider. I don't know, Ed. Thanks for bringing me in there, Ed. I've just changed my provider. I've gone from BT Internet to EE, which is primarily the same company, and I can't get the port forwarding to work. I put the port forwarding information into the router, and it's not so far working. So I'll have a more play with that, but I'm not hopeful. I'm sure if I get in touch with them, something will happen. Nice pic from Paul. Nice pictures, Paul. I think I like the picture. Looks, it wasn't bad. It's nicely sort of not very sharp, but sharpness is a bit overrated, I think, generally for the size of screen we're using. But there again, nice text. Contour is good. That's about it from here. Though I would mention other things, but I've been fighting with the system to get it working. So the old standby, Minitune and the Minituner seem to be very reliable. And I say that since I've had the latest upgrade, something T24 or something, whatever it is, or 25 even, latest Windows update coming to us all. Even NVIDIA Broadcaster wouldn't work initially. It has come back on again. I did have to update the graphics card, which didn't seem to work, but somewhere in between the time of the rebootings, it all seems to be working again, thankfully, except for me port forwarding, which isn't really the fault of Microsoft. With that, I'll hand it round to whoever is next. Probably Martin. Doing a fantastic job there, Martin. That's just Gary, and I'm sure Leon has gone back. But